Hello, and welcome back to Classic Times. Today, I'll be going through stage 20 of the Cambridge Latin course. We're halfway through all of the stages. Hooray! And I'll be covering present participles and pronouns. Let's begin. Present participles. A participle is a verbal adjective which provides additional information about what a noun is doing within a sentence. In English, present participles are translated by a word ending in ing or while something, and they have to agree with their noun in number, case, and gender. Some examples of present participles are portans, meaning carrying or while carrying, and trahens, meaning dragging. And a final tip, present participles often have the letters NT in the middle of them, which is handy to remember because the last two letters of present are NT. And also, the only exception to this is the nominative singular form, which very handily also ends in NS for nominative singular. So that's quite a good thing to remember to help you with the endings. So now let's have a quick look at the formation of present participles. So present participles are formed like third declension adjectives such as fortis, which follow the same pattern of endings as mercator. So if you have a quick look at this table below, you'll notice that all of the forms have the letters NT in the middle of them, except, of course, the nominative singular, which ends in NS. Okay, so now let's move on to having a look at pronouns. Sometimes Latin uses a pronoun to avoid repeating a noun twice. When a pronoun is used in this way, it will be the same number, case, and gender as the noun it replaces. So now let's have a look at a couple of examples. Amicus triclinium intravit, caecilius amicum salutavit. The friend entered the dining room. Caecilius greeted the friend. Amicus triclinium intravit. Caecilius eum salutavit. The friend entered the dining room. Caecilius greeted him. So notice how in the first example, the noun amicus is repeated with amicum. However, in the second example, instead of repeating the noun amicum, the pronoun eum is used instead to refer back to the friend, but without repeating the noun. So finally, before we move on to some vocab, here are the different forms of him, her, it, and them, i.e. the pronouns that we've looked at. Feel free to pause the video and have a quick look at these if you'd like to. Right, we've now covered all of the grammar in this stage, so now let's have a look at some new vocabulary. Adire, to approach. Arcesere, to summon. Ars, art. Crudalis, cruel. Denique, finally. Desperare, to despair. Doctus, clever. Domus, home. Inferre, to bring in or to bring on. Liberare, to set free. Luna, moon. Mors is death. An oculus is an eye. Persuadere, to persuade. A pessimus, means very bad or worst. Relinquere, to leave. Sicut, like. Tam means so. Temptare, to try. And finally, walnus is a wound. Now let's have a look at the numbers which we've met so far. Unus, 1. Duo, 2. Tres, 3. Quatuor, 4. Quinque, 5. Sex, 6. Septem, 7. Octo, 8. Novem, 9. Decem, 10. Viginti, 20. Triginta, 30. Quadraginta, 40. And quinquaginta, 50. Now that we've covered the grammar and the vocabulary, let's have a look at some examples of present participles. Quintus gladiatores in arena pugnantes spectabat. Quintus was watching gladiators fighting in the arena. Ego equum servo in agris laboranti dedi. I gave a horse to the slave working in the fields. Medicus per forum ambulans formionem conspexit. The doctor, walking through the forum, caught sight of Formio. And notice how, in all of these examples, the present participle has been translated as the word ending in ing. Now let's have a look at a few examples of pronouns. Barbilus me ad canam invitavit, ego ad villam eis contendi. Barbilus invited me to dinner. I hurried to his house. Latrones celeriter convenerant, Eutychus eis fustes tradidit. The thieves assembled quickly. Eutychus handed over clubs to them. Puellae suaviter cantabant, Aristo voces iarum laudavit. The girls were singing sweetly. Aristo praised their voices. And again, notice how the pronoun in the second sentence of each one of the examples replaces having to repeat the noun twice. Okay, so now that we've been through some examples, I would like you to have a go yourself to test your understanding. So pause the video and have a go at translating these. Now let's go through the answers. Clemens Willam intravit. Eutychus eum salutavit. Clemens entered the house. Eutychus greeted him. Clemens Eutychum in media via stantem in venit. Clemens found Eutychus standing in the middle of the road. Formio ancillas in cubiculo lacrimantes audivit. Formio heard the slave girls crying in the bedroom. So if you got 3 right, consider that an excellent score. I'm well impressed. If you manage to achieve 1 or 2, that's still very good effort. That is an admirable effort. If you didn't get any of those right, still don't worry. This is a new topic, and with practice, you'll improve. So I know I've just got you to have a go at some examples, but I'd now like you to have a go at even more practice. So pause the video and have a good stab at translating these 5 sentences from the CLC. Now let's go through the answers. Servi ad villam revenerant barbilum portantes. The slaves returns to the house while carrying Barbilus. Ancillae prope lectum starbant lacrimantes. The slave girls were standing near the couch, crying. Astrologus in cubiculum erupit, clamans. An astrologer burst into the bedroom, shouting. Barbilus in lecto recumbens, astrologum audivit. Barbilus, lying down on the couch, heard the astrologer. Formio ad urbem contendit, medicum quaerens. Formio hurried to the city, searching for the doctor. So mark your answers, add up your score out of 5, and pay particular attention to any mistakes you may have made. If you got 4 or over, consider yourself in my good books. That's a golden score. Sorry about the cheesy comment. So we've now covered stage 20 of the Cambridge Latin course. So let's summarise. Present participles. So being verbal adjectives, present participles provide extra information about what the noun is doing in a sentence. They are translated using a word ending in ing or while something, and the clue letters to watch out for are nt in the middle of a present participle or ns at the end of the nominative singular form. And finally, pronouns. They're used to avoid repeating the noun, and they have to agree in number, case, and gender to the noun that they refer to. So join me in my next video, where I'll be covering stage 21 of the Cambridge Latin course.